What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. This is going to be our second draft that we are posting to the channel for the 2024 best ball season. I'm here drafting with my boy Catron. Y'all know him from the streams. Haven't done a recorded video with him yet, but this will be the first, so yeah. And he's being a little quiet. I'll introduce him so he doesn't have to himself. It's a little early in the morning. This is my boy Catron. Known him since 2014. We met playing a card game. Pretty cool. Now we just degen best ball. We've been playing best ball for a few years. Last year on Underdog, we did a big dog together. The big dog 3 ended up finishing 5th. So yeah, that's our that's us in best ball. And
I'm gonna take Josh for sure.
yeah, agreed. And then as our second one, it's like pretty up in the air, honestly.
Yeah, I'm down for Rashid Ayuk, A-Chain, or I don't want Nico, but it's fine to leave him in here. I'm not down to take DJ Moore.
Yeah, that's pretty much where my head's at too, because like with the likely Caleb Williams, is DJ Moore really gonna see the same amount of fantasy production? Who knows? You know.
He'll probably be pretty good, but
he'll be pretty good. But does he return like
does he return this value? Probably not. No.
Right. So, I feel like we're pretty coin flip between Rashid and A-Chain.
Yeah.
Who do you like better?
Rashid's projected for 17 in the Super Bowl, so I'm like, that's kind of ridiculous. That's like wide receiver 1 numbers at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, Rashid is him. Rashid is him.
He's getting projections like those players to take him.
And even if the Chiefs draft someone next year, he's still going to eat so hard. His role is so secure on that team at this point. And then imagine the scenario in which Travis Kelce retires after they win the Super Bowl.
Right. Then he's just getting fed.
And we obviously are picking Josh Allen and Rashid way ahead of ADP here. But to us, that's not real. You know, like ADP is just, I mean, it is really just whatever you make it. Like it can mean a bunch of different things, but I wouldn't be restricted to ADP when drafting. Like if there's a player that you significantly like in a different tier than the players that where you're currently at that are supposed to be projected, just grab your guy. You know, I like James Cook as a pairing on Allen teams for sure. Their points are correlated some weeks, so I don't hate it. And then Kincaid is, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Kincaid. How do you feel about Kincaid this year at ADP? He's ADP 65 right now, almost going ahead of Kittle.
Let me see how late he broke out. He started playing good. Right after the buys when his targets went up. Quite through. From that point on, he was getting about 8 targets a game. That's kind of ridiculous.
Pretty solid.
7, 8 targets.
And then like we can on top of that assume that Gabe Davis isn't going to be there next year. Who knows what happens with Diggs? What do you think ends up happening with Diggs?
He can't be in Buffalo again. No way.
Right. That's what I like to think too.
Yeah, they might trade Diggs. Like, I could see Diggs getting traded pretty easily. I don't think he's probably too old to get any kind of real pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what Diggs would even go for. Maybe like a third?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then maybe they could like trade Diggs in there first round pick to trade up and pick someone.
Damn, Waddle and Neighbors are just on a meteoric rise. Neighbors up to 33, Waddle up to 36.
Yep. Neighbors is slowly reaching just unpickable.
Yep. Yep. Happy to have some 40 ADP neighbors for sure. It's not really going to be a thing anymore. And then pick ADP is 17 MHJ.
Yeah, fuck that.
Just projecting him to have one of the best rookie receiving seasons of all time, plus smashing in the playoffs. Sure. I mean, he's
We
good.
don't know what team he's on.
And we don't even know what team he's on. Yeah.
And that's not an upside thing. That is a really bad downside this year. There's so many shitty quarterback switches.
All right. Like if they're both on the board, okay. Well, no, there goes one of them. Unfortunately,
Rashad White's ADP is 42 now.
I know it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. We love him there, for clarity. We kind of loved him already. We were mixing him in at the 2-3 turn. Now it just doesn't make sense. Like, why the big fall? Sean Tucker gets drafted, not with draft capital, worth mentioning, but he did not see the field. Like, he did not take away any work from Rashad White. So obviously we're gonna be slam dunking James Cook here.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second pick is up for debate because it could be Mike Evans. It could be Rashad White. What do you think?
I fuck with Mike Evans. No, we don't need to pick another quarterback. You can't pick like.
True. I think Mike will resign as a Buck. Because, like, he's already gotten his ring. And he's been a Buck his whole career. Might as well just do it for a legacy thing, if that's me. But who knows what he's thinking.
Second, right?
I mean, we also could have, like, debated about going Pat in that spot. But it doesn't feel as good as going, like, a skill position player there. Because picking 2 quarterbacks in the first 5 rounds ever is just, like, super controlling of, like, your next route of picks.
Ambitious.
Yeah. Like, because it obviously could still work out, especially if you're picking, like, imagine that's last year and you're picking, like, Josh in the 3rd, and then who was a nut quarterback from the 5th? Was there any? I feel like every quarterback from the 5th missed last year, like Fields, Herbert.
Yeah.
This year, though, quarterbacks in the 5-6 range, so many good ones. There's going to be one that puts up 300 plus points, get guaranteed from that range. You got Stroud, you got Mahomes, you got AR. McBride going at 48. Really missing that first day EV.
Yeah. Seriously?
For those of you that don't know, when Big Board got released, Trey McBride's initial ADP, for whatever reason, maybe it was an oversight, was 117. His ADP is now, I think, 51, and we're seeing him get picked at 48.
Yeah. And now it's become such like a meme that he just gets pushed higher every time just because like
Right.
people are delusional now because of Trey McBride ADP, Trey McBride ADP. So now it's just crazy and delusional because of people who don't understand.
Yeah, Trey McBride is definitely a great player, but he should be going in the same range, I would argue, as Kittle / Kincaid. So,
Trey McBride at this rate.
right. Hopefully his ADP falls. Hopefully.
Maybe in the next tournament.
Maybe in the next tournament. Definitely not this one. I don't know what would have to happen for Trey McBride's ADP to fall. Because MHJ is still rising and going higher, 17, 16. I've seen MHJ go 15. And the assumption is that he's going to the Cardinals, and Trey McBride still is rising. So
yeah, fuck this, dude. I'd rather have Trey McBride on any team than MHJ.
yeah,
I would pick Trey McBride over MHJ.
At ADP,
Yeah.
bold. I don't hate it. I mean, the positional advantage you get from like having.
Why the fuck would I pick someone who's gonna put up like 170 fantasy points? Like, he's like seriously what? Like, that's like his cap. He's gonna put up like 170. He's gonna be a tight end. He's gonna be one of the mid tight ends.
Yeah, MHJ's ceiling doesn't get me like that excited, to be honest. So we're obviously going Kincaid here.
Trey McBride's gonna put up more fantasy points than okay.
It's very real. That's a very real possibility, and it's not getting drafted that way at all.
Yeah, we're just all in on the Cardinals. Who's their coach now? Gannon? Jonathan Gannon, right?
How do you feel about year 2 JSN?
Not about Seattle. Like, I don't like any of the Seattle players, to be honest. None of them feel awesome.
Okay. So then where my head's at is like we're either going Kamara or Tajay for our next pick.
Yeah, they're both pretty good.
Tajay feels like younger Kamara.
Tajay is pretty elite.
I'm just gonna stick with my Tajay conviction. I love Tajay. Assuming Derrick Henry is gone, his ceiling is incredible. Like, they would have to draft someone fucked up for Tajay not to assume like 80% of the touches next year.
What's our next pick?
84, 85 is our next pick. So we are praying and hoping for Brian Thomas fall. I'd say that's like the current sitch.
I love how there's just not even a receiver in that range. Like, literally not. Or I guess D-Hop is graded in that range. But, like, it's not even like you have them just super low, mostly. There just isn't many.
Yeah, the only receiver I have really low is D-Hop in that range. Even the ADP knows that the receivers in that range just aren't returning the value. Also, Chris Godwin, bro, I feel like we were picking him consistently at like the 7-8 turn. like last week. He's now going in the 6th round.
Yep.
Cool. I mean, it's just the classic receivers getting pushed up the board always. Always. Happens every fucking time. Praying Ryan Thomas makes it back to us. A realistic landing spot for Brian Thomas potentially is the Bills. And that would be the craziest shit.
That's true.
Brian Thomas on the Bills, man. Oh my God. He'd go up like 3 rounds for me.
Yeah, you get pushed up the board a lot.
Bills or Chiefs, instantly up 3 to 4 rounds. Shit, if Brian Thomas goes to the Chiefs, I might be down to pick him where MHJ is going. Like, and you could actually make an argument for that. Instead of playing with and potentially behind Kyler Murray, Trey McBride. Instead, having a role with like Patrick Mahomes, your competition's Rasheed. Just trying to speculate to pass the time here, man. 6 picks away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with even taking CY here, so.
Ah.
As long as there's a receiver on the board, I'm down to take.
I don't want to take C-Watt here. I hope we don't have to take C-Watt here. I was hurt so bad last year. I don't want to let him do it to me twice. We see Brian Thomas, Tony Pollard go. It's really shitty for us. 2 great picks. And I'm... Dude. Think I'm just going to go Christian Watson. Dude, I can't take him. I can't take him. My brain will not let me pick him, Catron.
There's literally no one else on the board. I'm taking Christian Watson and probably Evan Ingram.
I can get behind the Evan Ingram notion. It's not letting me click. It's like, dude, we're not letting you pick Josh Downs this high. No.
What the fuck?
All right, well, we get Josh Downs, hopefully. Okay. Interesting. I'll just try refreshing the page. Seems to be fine now. All right, and hear me out on the Josh Downs versus Christian Watson 1-1. Who has a better true ceiling at being a number 1? It's Christian Watson. All right, not going to argue that. That's not the argument here. As our wide receiver 3 here, we are needing floor. Like, we need someone who is going to be suiting up. Potentially starting Rasheed and Mike, and then as our number 3 being volatile Christian Watson. It's fine, but not having the security at our wide receiver 3 that I'd like to have is like kind of turning me off in that spot of picking him. And the thing is as a true number 1, I don't even know how much Christian Watson could potentially handle as a target rate. Because the receivers around him on that team are incredible. And we like a lot of them. We love Jaden Reed. You and me both love Tucker Kraft. So, on the flip
I
side,
mean, you could just have both. Like, Christian Watson's going to be better pick than any of the receivers you're getting around from now. Yeah, I'd rather have Christian Watson than Mike Williams, Deontay, Jacoby.
I wouldn't rather have him than Jacoby. I think I'd still rather have Jacoby. And it's not like obviously like a talent or ceiling thing, because if we're just picking raw off ceiling, it's Christian Watson every time. Not even close. But with injuries, like how you play injuries matters a lot, man. Like the structure on the teams where you're drafting Kyler last year mattered a lot. Like if you had 3 QB Kyler with 2 like mediocre QBs that were from the past 100 range, you were probably okay. But if you had like Kyler with a one-off QB that wasn't Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen, you're probably fucked. Or if Lamar Jackson, it's probably fine. So like, what I'm trying to say is like, I think I've been paying a lot of attention to like how I'm trying to structure my teams with players that I know are likely to have injuries. Because like fulfilling a roster of 15 or 16 players on week 17 matters a lot. Like you need to have at least like 15 or 16 players starting that are all at least worth a shit, you know? So like, I don't know. Just my take on it.
I mean, I agree it's important you have to structure your team around injury, but I don't think that position was it applied.
Okay.
Because we already plan to take our receivers at the end of the draft anyways, in the way we're drafting this, so we're fine with. We've already like explained that we're fine. Like a receiver lost early is less bad for the way we're drafting already. Like
that is true.
And especially a receiver lost in the middle is kind of like how our draft structure has been working out. That if we miss a receiver in the middle, it really does not matter. Is what we're hoping for, and that's kind of what has been shown last year. Is that missing a receiver in the middle doesn't matter that much. And I think playing for the upside on a receiver in the middle is where you get big hits. Because we have seen receivers in that range do stuff.
We see every single receiver that is pickable, though, go off the board.
Yeah, I'm not taking any of those.
Yeah. Because you could argue Khalil Shakir, especially on this team.
I mean, I'm down for Keon Coleman. or Franklin. Not for either. They're not.
So on this team, I think we plan going Baker. We could go alternatively Trevor.
Yeah.
But Baker and Trevor are pretty much like the same player, and Baker's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a big Chuba fan here. I like Chuba
Yeah,
better.
Chuba does make good.
Yeah, I like Chuba better than Chase Brown. I like him better than Devin Singletary, situation wise, player wise. Who do you think our second pick should be here?
This is the top of the board. No receivers at the top.
It's dry as fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fuck. This is disgusting. Fuck. Jerome? Fuck. Okay, Chase is off. That was my second pick.
Okay. At least we got the second one.
I was between Jerome and Chase for that pick. It's a pretty big reach on Jerome Ford, but like,
I'm fine reaching Jerome Ford there.
I'm fine just taking our running back so we can spam receiver.
Agreed. Yeah.
And that's something people also don't understand is like reaching on someone who's kind of far away, so you can also get other players in that range if you like them better than players in the range you're in. And that's a good way to mix up your teams if you feel that later rounds the value's not in the middle, but it's a further back.
And I feel how we feel in this structured tournament is very different to how most tournaments are played out in best ball or how things have been in years past. This is our first time doing a big board, so we can't really compare how we felt to last year in the big board, but the receiver values in the middle of the draft in the big board, even the late end, it just feels incredible. Like it feels like you're picking like your dart throws. If you have 3 receiver dart throws at the end of the draft, I'm like just always feeling like one of them is going to be a guaranteed smash. And it could even be more than that. It could be less than that, but
like you are gonna have teams that are just like literal piss and shit, but
the nutted outcomes
that are just gonna be fucking nuts. Like,
right.
Like you're gonna have teams where you hit Josh Downs, Puka Nacua, Demario Douglas as your last 3 players, and you're just like, holy shit! Now I have these 3 guys plus Jalen Waddle or Rashee Rice as my other 2 receivers, and your team's just fucking crazy.
Right. And we're more inclined to be betting on rookie receivers because with RBs, even if someone is very talented, so is every other running back in the NFL. You can't replace getting open. You can't. You can replace handing off the ball. We've seen it happen time and time again in the NFL. So in terms of betting on talent, receiver is the place to do it at. If you have a prospect that you really like that's a receiver, grab him literally every time because you cannot replace getting open in the NFL. If someone is able to either A, get open, or B, make a play with the ball in their hands where you're like, what the fuck was that? Grab them every time because you can't replace that in the NFL. And obviously, like, that's easier said than done in terms of just like finding the guy. But and it breaks my heart. It's disgusting. We see Ladd McConkey go at 120. That is my flag plant receiver. He's going to be disgusting wherever he goes. Even if he's the projected number 3 in a JSN type situation, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. He's going to be disgusting. But like circling back around to the RB thing, it doesn't matter how good you are as a prospect. Take Zach Charbonnet, for example. He was an everyone and their mom's top threes in terms of prospect talent last year for running back. And guess what? He got fucked over because Seattle drafted him as the number 2, planned to be number 2. Why? No one knows. No one cares. I mean, we do care, but like, dude, this is why you shouldn't take running backs that are going that high as rookies. Zach Charbonnet ended up, like, looking back on it, we were crazy as fuck for taking Zach Charbonnet when KW3 is the number 1 at pick 100. Like, what?
Right.
And looking back on it, we were originally fading that too, but we kind of bought into it at the end of the year. We were like, "Fuck, maybe that just is what it is," you know?
Yeah, I had a really low percentage overnight because I didn't buy in until like the last like 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
I did eventually start picking him, and
Just like JSND, we both got gaslit into the Seattle rookies last year.
dude, fuck Seattle, fuck, dude, just don't pick that team. It's just
Literally,
like,
it's a
they're
trap
just mid.
team.
They
Yeah.
spread out their points. They don't have that explosive of weeks. DK maybe drops a 30. That's it. And guess what? DK's 30 carries half his season. He's just fucking mid. They're all mid. Fuck that.
We see Rashid Shaheed go off the board. Hate to see that. Obviously, I already talked about Lad McConkey. Sucks to see that. We do like the RBs on the board here, though.
Yeah, Coleman's falling. That's a huge dub.
Dude. I'll pick Keon Coleman. If Keon Coleman is on the board, that's way too big of a fall not to pick him there.
What the fuck?
I think that was auto draft. I bet on that being auto draft. That's tough. So, Dontavian Wicks, though, fine. Honestly. So, but we could go Wicks plus Wandale.
Yeah, I'm into it.
So, like, I'm always going Wandale here. That's just the thing. I like because
yeah, actually, I'm not trying to pick the Green Bay wide receiver 4.
that's what I'm saying. Like, Wicks is a weird one because his ADP has significantly dropped since the start, but like his ADP felt like it might have been too high. But the thing is Dontavian Wicks is one of those film dudes where on film he just looks fucking incredible. He's always open. He's actually just always open. But
let's pick a different receiver. Fuck these guys. Let's pick Jerome Ford's still on the board. Let's just get him.
Fuck it. 1542. Fuck it. 1542. I don't know. I don't remember the last time going into round 13 we had more running backs than receivers, but
wait, why was Jerome Ford still on the board?
Because that's his ADP.
What are they doing?
That's his ADP, man. That's his ADP. Deal? Yeah, that's his ADP, man. I don't know. People just love to hate Jerome Ford. We just get both of them, Jerome and Chase. I was low-key a little tight because I wanted to go Jerome that pick, and you were like so last second about it, and I was just like, we're not gonna get him. We got him. We got him. And again, guys, I know what you might be seeing here with the Wandale. You're like, what the fuck? I get it, okay? But it's fine. It really is fine. Because if Wandale returns 1-to-1 value at his ADP, it's not a big jump to like pick him that far ahead. If we're already projecting him to return 1-to-1 value here,
points at that point are like a 4-point difference in fantasy points. Wide receivers range is so little.
Yep. because the projection range is just so fucked up. You have your 20 point per games, and then you have your fours. And sometimes the fours are actually 15s.
And we can really hope Daniel Jones isn't there.
Yeah, that's a start. That's a start.
Best case scenario, Daniel Jones doesn't play in the Giants.
We instead have like an actual pocket passer. Ooh.
Kirk Cousins is on the Giants.
Ooh, Giants Kirk. Okay. I fuck with Giants Kirk.
Kirk goes to MetLife today. That's the end of his career. You can't make it back when you're like 38 on the Giants, right?
True, that's probably GG.
Yeah, this has to be tired off the last spot.
Surely this will retire him.
Funny, but I guess he got to play in front of Daniel Jones.
So our team structure, 1-5-4-2. You don't see it often.
We're getting carried at RB. Don't even worry about it.
I mean, we literally don't need to pick another RB.
Yeah, they're literally going off for 300 points apiece. Josh Allen's a 500-point check mark.
Like, the RB that I'm down to add to this core is Ray Davis. Also, there's a new one. I got a new one for us. I got a new RB. I got a new running back. And honestly, I have to pull up my phone right now because I screenshotted his college profile. I don't remember his name. Hold up.
Are we sure he's getting drafted?
No, but he's incredible. He's actually really good. It is not good to mention that the last running back that was also incredible out of South Dakota State was really bad. He was highly touted. His name was I don't remember what his name was either. He was really touted though. Really bad. This guy though, I mean the mold is there. He's 6'1", 220. Eye test, he runs like a 4.45 to 4.5. Yeah. His name is Isaiah Davis. He's actually the real deal. He last year in 2023 averaged 6.7 yards per carry.
Okay. I'm in.
Yep. Had 23 receptions for 200 yards.
That's not the best. I mean, the yardage is pretty awesome, but not the most receptions.
Yeah. And then the year before that, he averaged 5.8 yards per carry, had 1,400 yards. Both seasons has had 15 and 18 touchdowns, just rushing.
I take 15 touchdowns.
The knock is that he's a senior. That's the knock. That's also the same knock with Ray Davis. So, don't care. So, Demario Douglas, obviously, it's a giga slam here. Not like, no debate. Demario Douglas.
Yeah.
And then...
And Curtis.
Curtis is also the second player I'm looking at here, but... So
wait. You can wait a whole round.
Baker went at 150, which is giga cringe.
Yeah. We could just take Drake May and pick Curtis next round.
I think I like that too. Just go Drake May here. Because we do need a third QB. Potentially.
And Washington is likely to pick a receiver, I would assume.
Yeah, I don't know how they feel about Jahan Dotson at this point, you know?
I mean, I don't fuck with Jahan Dotson personally.
Me either.
And so if Washington asked me, I'd be like, yo, fuck that guy. And I think they're on the same page.
I don't think they'll spend like an expensive pick on a receiver, but definitely a dart at least.
Yeah, I think we're getting like round 6, round 7, Jamari Thrash to Washington.
Dude, Jamari Thrash or LMC going to Washington would be such a nut scenario.
Just whoever fucking plays at the combine with Drake May.
Dude, Lad McConkey, LMC, any of our guys going to Drake May's Washington would be so incredible for fantasy, for the whole situation.
Yeah, how can you not be in on Terry in Washington? Terry's like a top 15 talent. Have you seen that guy's catches?
Terry actually is really underrated. Fantasy wise, though,
that's not his fault.
It is not his fault.
Rivera was coaching, and
hey man,
Sam Howell was quarterbacking. So
you can't.
That's all gone now.
You can't put it on Ron Rivera, because if we're gonna put it on anybody, we should be putting it on Eric Bieniemy, because it was the air raid offense, which did give Sam Howell a giga opportunity. Sam Howell was. People were talking hella nice about him the first 8 weeks of the season. That dude was like second in passing yards. He was first in passing yards for like a couple weeks.
Yep.
And then he just started shitting the bed so bad. They started playing against real teams, real defenses. It started going downhill real fast for the Sam Howell Commanders. But silver lining is I feel like Eric Bieniemy's offense was proven to be like pretty decent. You know, he carried a terrible collegiate quarterback to be able to be like okay, at least at the NFL level.
He made Sam Howell look cool, at least.
He at least looked cool, that's for fucking sure.
Yeah, Sam Howell was fucking dope. Not as cool as Taylor Heineke, but pretty cool.
True.
No one will ever be as cool as the Washington Commanders' Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, the Taylor Heineke that almost beat Brady is a dog.
Yeah, you know what? What was Arthur Smith's deal? He had a secret to him.
I agree.
The Falcons could have gotten there.
Ray Davis, pick 169.
We've got another fan.
Is this the same dude that fucked me earlier? Yeah, pick 120, Lad McConkey. He is also the same dude that is going pick 121, Jerry Jeudy, and pick 145, Josh Palmer, but
he has his flag plants.
He does have his flag plants in good spots. On profiles, that makes sense.
IHRKE027. Watch him at the top of the board next year, everybody.
Like, I don't fuck with some of his players, but I like his vision.
Yeah. He's got style. And dude, wait, this team is fucking awesome.
McBride, Kittle, I even realized the double bully.
No, dude, look at his whole team. It's really good.
No, like legit. Like, we don't agree with some of the flag plant players that he has. But outside of that,
and his running backs are the opposite of our running backs usually. But that just means he likes those guys. And, you know, if that's who you like, that's who you like.
Right. He's got good theory. He's got the theory down. That's a good drafter right there.
Yeah, he's playing well. I want to be his friend.
Only if, or when
they need to add chat to Underdog. Dude.
Right.
We need to get some.
We need a draft chat. We need a friends list. We need, Underdog. This is your opportunity. Get Joe and Catron.
Some community for Underdog.
Yes, we could help out. We could make some good suggestions. Get some things moving. We've been here for a while, we know some things. Or think we do, at least.
Okay. So as long as...
Don't say it, 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 don't acknowledge it, don't say it. Just let it happen.
Yeah, I really want to get Davis Allen here, man.
Yeah. Oh man, they only have one tight end. These next two guys. Hopefully, I don't pick Davis Allen here. Fuck.
Fuck, man.
Or like
Please do
Gibby.
not pick
Please don't
Davis
go
Allen.
Gibby. Oh no, Jatavion Sanders.
No.
Oh no. Daniel Jones. Oh no. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Let's go. That's so big, dude.
Curtis Samuel
Oh my
and
God.
Antonio Gibson. And I'm down to pick no more running backs for the rest of the draft.
Oh, getting Curtis here feels so good. Oh my
I'm down
God.
to take both Washington players.
I'm in. Because now we got the Washington mini. Assuming Curtis resigns, guys. You know, we're all assuming that. And if they don't, we'll have our receiver darts, so it's okay.
Curtis Samuel's just a dog. No matter where he goes, he's going to be the top G.
Likely not the top G, but he's going to be one of them. He's going to be one of them.
Hey, man.
He was the top G in Washington, even with Terry there, which was incredible. I didn't even see that coming. I didn't expect him to be number one.
Unless he goes to the Patriots, that would be bad news bears for Curtis Samuel.
And this team.
Yep.
Having DeMario and Curtis without the link. It's just actually like anti-correlation.
I mean, you could just have like Michael Penix, and then he becomes a Patriots quarterback.
True, you could play for that scenario. Or just pick Joe Flacco. He gets traded to the Patriots.
Do you think he's going to re-sign?
To the Browns?
Yeah. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think he's not going to be in the NFL, and then when someone goes down, he might come back.
Right. Because I don't think he should. I mean, dude, being a backup quarterback in the NFL is pretty fucking sweet. That's probably like best job in the world, to be honest. You get paid $1 million to do fucking nothing.
You get paid $1 million to go watch football.
To be on the sidelines and watch football and dap up the players? Hello? What? Like, and become friends with them?
You get to go out there and take a knee.
Yeah, sometimes you get to take a knee.
TJ Watt.
Right. And odds are you don't get injured. It's not that many hits, you know, so.
Like, but if you get hit by TJ Watt like one time, that's like kind of cool.
It's like, okay, with full pads on, would you get tackled by TJ Watt for $1 million? Absolutely. I do it 3 days in a row, dude. Like, I'm fucking down. Like, what?
Like, to be honest, I would get tackled by TJ Watt 10 times in a day. For $1 million. Like he could probably break both my legs and I'd probably be down. To be honest. Myles Garrett's a little scarier.
Dude, yeah. No, Myles Garrett, I'm not down. Myles Garrett, I'm not down.
One hit from Myles Garrett off the line, like with defenders, I'm in.
Sure. With defenders.
Then he's a little slower.
I can just queue up all our boys. We already know what the sitch is. Malachi goes. Tough.
Yeah, unlucky.
Brendan's been climbing, man. 209 now?
Yeah, it's the last name.
It is. It literally is the Rice carrying him. Didn't do shit for Rashid last year. I don't think he's related, though.
He's not related.
One QB. Surely it's an elite one, right? Kinda.
Kinda.
You see this?
Yeah, Jake Ferguson. Wow, that's a horrible team. I hate that team.
Dude, Jake Ferguson, 94 ADP. Let me tell y'all, we were going to have Jake Ferguson 0% at pick 120. Jake Ferguson at pick 90. It's in running for worst ADP of the year. And that's with Marvin Harrison existing. They're like, do you know how inefficient fucking Jake Ferguson was last year? Do you know how much Dak threw the ball and how bad Jake Ferguson was? If for Jake Ferguson to be just as bad last year, it doesn't take much. Like, it does not take much. He literally needs to be the same player, and he'll just be just as horrible. And if Dak throws the ball any less amount than he did last year, he's worth nothing. Instantly nothing. Do you want to know what his spike week was? 19.
You know who we do fuck with? Evan Ingram. That's the dog.
That is the dog. That's
Peterson loves Evan Ingram. Trevor loves Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram can't lose his role because he's the tight end.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how much they line up Evan Ingram on the outside is awesome.
Yep.
Yep.
He's really good in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't even catch that many touchdowns this year. And
yep.
He could probably have a good spike in touchdowns. Obviously, you can't predict that for sure.
Yeah.
But he was super low last year and was very good.
Yep. Was projected super low last year. And then comes into this year, ends up being number 1 targets, number 1 receptions for tight ends. Pretty under the radar, too. Like, that's not really being talked about much. And how low he's going relative to the other tight ends, it doesn't really make sense.
Evan Ingram, super candidate for top 4 tight end all the time.
Yeah. While getting drafted consistently as, like, the tight end 8. or 7. Whatever. Hopefully, we get Brendan Rice here. We'll be very happy if we get Brendan Rice here. So I don't think it's ever a 2-6-10 2. So are you ever picking Penix?
Right now, probably not this pick. Maybe next round if he's still there.
Because obviously here we're just slamming Rice and Burton, right?
Yeah. Get the guys.
Yep, just get our boys. And then you can keep Thrash too. Russ is still on the board too. I didn't even realize that.
Honestly, I also don't hate throwing Rush on just random teams because he could play anywhere.
Literally, like, it's not a guarantee Russ is in Denver next year, which is a good thing. Like, the fact that Russ is potentially not going to be in Denver next year makes me want to draft him higher than he's going, to be honest. Like, because his season in Denver last year, no one's talking about it, was, like, honestly incredible. Like,
if Penix is on the Broncos, I fuck with that.
Michael Penix to the Broncos would be insane. That would be insane.
Yeah, that would just be fucking goddamn holy.
Yeah, Marvin Mims would fly up my draft board.
Yeah, I'd pick Jerry Jeudy.
I would not pick Jerry Jeudy.
I'd pick Jerry
Jeudy. I just want to know what happened to Jerry Jeudy. Because, like, those 2 games that he had at the end of the year in 2022, they set me up for disaster drafting going into 2023. I had so much Jerry Jeudy because, like, he was the wide receiver 1 week 18 in 2022. Had a 30-point week, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards, 10 plus receptions and targets. For fun, I guess.
You had a lot of Jerry Judy last year.
It like fell off towards the end in terms of exposure, but
You were
I did.
hiding, like, were you just like hiding Jerry Judy picks or something? Like, only drafting it when we weren't drafting together?
Dude, it
That's
I,
horrible. What
I,
were you doing?
I don't know. I had a good amount yeah. Jerry Judy last year was my ick for sure.
We weren't even on Jerry Judy. What were you doing?
I don't know. I was just drafting Jerry Judy, hoping for good things. Because I wanted to believe because like on the dynasty team that I cared the most about, I had Jerry Judy. So it was like kind of me gaslighting myself
Okay.
a little bit, being like, he's good. Like, you know, Jerry Judy's a talent. Like, he's actually worth what I paid for him. He's not actually god awful at football, like Steve Smith said.
What did you pay for him?
In Dynasty?
Yeah.
T. Higgins?
Dude. T. Higgins? Straight up? You gave extra. What'd you give?
It was like T. Higgins, a third
And a fourth.
for Jerry Judy.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I felt like the king.
One time I traded Jimmy Garoppolo for Justin Jefferson and a first round pick.
Actual true story. I was in that league. Actual true story. Crazy looking back on it. This was year one JJ before he even like played. And Jimmy G was still like a serviceable quarterback. Granted, we all were new to Dynasty. Not gonna try and defend it, you know. But Penix goes at 224.
Rip.
You hate to see it. So we're going Luke McCaffrey and then hold up, what the fuck was his name? Isaiah Davis. Can we draft him? Yep, he's draftable. So,
Dude, QB Drake May?
yeah, we can toss in a Bo Nix. Why is his projection 205?
I think he's starting.
Really? Where?
Las Vegas, I guess.
I mean, to be okay, so
I kind of fuck with Bo Nix.
out of like potential vacant jobs, so there's obviously Washington, which Drake May's filling. There is
Chicago.
there's Chicago, which Caleb is presumably filling. Atlanta hypothetically trades for Fields. I'm going LMC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
New England is supposed to pick
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
So that's 4. And then did we tack on Las Vegas yet?
No, which leaves Las Vegas with an opening.
Denver.
Seattle could pick an opening. Denver could have an
So
opening.
now we're at 7.
Detroit could move on.
I don't think Detroit will move on immediately.
I don't think they will either, but I think it's an option to pick someone.
The Jets easily could pick someone.
Oh, the Jets could pick someone. Dude, what if the Jets say, fuck A-Rod? He's training the new guy. And A-Rod's about it. Oh, the Jets could so pick Bo Nix to play behind A-Rod for a year.
Yeah, the Jets could pick someone easily for sure.
Penix behind A-Rod for a year?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, any of them. Uh,
Yeah. I can see that for sure.
the Titans probably don't pick anyone. They probably just let it ride out with Big Mayo, right?
I can see them picking, but I do think Big Mayo did enough to keep the job. So,
At least for like show me what you can do year two.
but it's not Vrabel. It's a new coaching system. They might get their guy.
Right. Yeah. But I don't know. Vrabel didn't even like love Big Mayo. He didn't even give him the keys that fast.
Well, yeah, Big Mayo's not that good.
Yeah, he ended up being. He had the one insane spike week with D Hop, and then nothing after that. Are we missing any other vacancies? I don't think so.
It's a pick.
Like, it wouldn't be the craziest thing to see the Saints pick someone.
Yeah, maybe late, like a fourth round QB.
Like JJ McCarthy going to the Saints or something.
Yeah.
All right, well, 3692. Our draft, this is like the 3692 is a very normal structure, but in terms of how we got here, this is probably one of the more unique drafts that you'll see in terms of how we ended up on this number. How we picked our RBs, how we structured our receivers. This is a very weird team. But weird does not mean bad. Weird doesn't mean great. Weird just means that's how it is. So, weird draft. I like the team though.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
You know, because we have our nutted QB that we only need to play, and then we have our two rookies, our Bryce Young, CJ Stroud picks, and then RBs. We're great at RB. Like this is a great room for RB. Like 2 guaranteed starters, 3 probable starters. Jerome Ford's a potential starter. Chase Brown, you know, don't need to talk about Chase Brown. We already know what it is. Our receiver room is where it's going to be interesting, for sure.
Yeah, I like the team a lot, actually. I think it came out fine. It's definitely going to be a hit on receiver team, but that's fine.
Yeah. We just need to hit on our rookies or late players. And so that was gotta hit on someone. Got it on someone. That was the draft. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one. Make sure to check out our streams. On Kick, we can actually listen to the music we want to listen to there. Say what we want there. It's a more chill vibe. So go check us out there. And yeah, thanks for watching.